Hello and welcome to this SharePoint Server 2010 demonstration. My name is Tejinder Rai and I'm going to walk you through a few items today of firstly creating a custom SharePoint site, then going ahead and creating a car manufacturer's custom list, creating a custom car list, then we'll create a content type and we'll go ahead and assign the content type to the car list. So let's get started. First of all, in order to create the SharePoint subsite, I'll click Site Actions. I'll go down to New Site. I'll select the publishing site with workflow and we'll call this site car site with the URL of portal/car site. I'll click Create. Our car site's been created, and now I'm going to go ahead and create the two custom lists that we require. So first of all, we'll create the car manufacturer's car list. So we'll click on Site Actions, More Options, select the custom list option, and we'll call this list Car Manufacturers. Click Create, and our car manufacturers list has been created. While we're in this list, we'll go ahead and make a few changes. Firstly, we'll ensure that this list is able to accept content types. In order to set that option, you click on List Settings, Advanced Settings, and then select the Allow Management of Content Types to Yes. Then click OK to save the changes. Now that we've allowed the management of content types, you can see that the content type of item is already assigned to the custom list. This is the default content type that's assigned to a custom list. Now let's go back and create the car list. So we'll click Site Actions, More Options, select Custom List. We'll call this our car list, and then click Create. Again, with this list, we'll List Settings, Advanced Settings, and allow the management of content types. So both lists can accept content types if required. Now that the two lists are created, let's go ahead and actually populate some of the car manufacturers. We'll click List on the left hand side, select the car manufacturers list, and we'll add a few items in here. So let's add a car manufacturer of type Ferrari. Click Save. Add a new item. We'll add Ford. Click Save. Let's add a new item, and this time add a Lamborghini. And I'll add one more, Porsche, and click Save. So there we have our car manufacturers. We'll now go ahead and create the custom site columns for our content type. In order to do that, we need to click Site Actions, Site Settings. Under Galleries, select Site Columns. And here you'll see a set of default columns which have already been assigned to the site. But we'll create our own for this demonstration. In order to create a new column, let's click Create. And I'll call this one Car Model. It can be a single line of text. I'll add the column to a new column group and call it Cars. And I'll say the model is typically no longer than 30 characters. And then click OK. And as you can see, we have the Cars column group created with the Car Model column of type single line of text, and the source is the subsite, which is a car site. Let's go ahead and create another column. Click Create. We'll name this one Engine Size. It can be a single line of text. I'll add it to the existing group of cars that we created earlier, and set the actual maximum number of characters to 10 in this case. So we have our car model and our engine size created. Let's go and create a couple more. So we'll click Create, and this time we'll say Car Color, and this time we'll say it's a choice. Add the column to the Cars group. I'll type in a few colors there. And this will be a drop-down menu, and the default value will be red. So we've got the 3 columns currently created. We'll create another column. This column will be for sale, in order to indicate whether the car is for sale or not. This can be a yes/no checkbox. Add the column to the cars group, and say yes is the default value. Now we'll go ahead and add a lookup column, which will look up the information in the car manufacturers list. So we'll click Create again. We'll say Manufacturer, and then this time say this is a lookup with information already on this site. Add this to the cars column group. We're going to get the information from the car manufacturers list from the title column, and then click OK. There you go, we now have all our columns created for our content type. Now what we need to do is create our content type. In order to do this, we need to click on Site Actions, Site Settings. Under Galleries, we have Site Content Types. So now I'll create a content type, and I'll say this is called New Car. The parent content type will be a list content type of type item. We'll add this to a car's site content type. So we have the content type of new car. The parent is item, so it inherits title from the item content type. And we'll now go ahead and add the columns that we created earlier to this content type. In order to do that, we need to click on Add from Existing Site Columns. Select the cars group that we created earlier. I can now hold down the Control key and select all the columns, and then click Add and click OK. As you can see, we can see all the columns that we created earlier assigned to this content type. Now we'll go ahead and assign the new car content type to the custom list, which is our car list. We'll click on Lists, select the car list. Under List Tools, we need to click on List, then go across to List Settings. Further down, we'll add from existing site content types. And then we'll go ahead and add groups from cars and select our content type that we created earlier of new car. And click Add. And then click OK to save the changes. As you can see, the list has 2 content types assigned of type item and new car, which are both visible in the new button, but the default content type currently is of type item. We now want to set the new car as a default content type. So what we need to do is click on Change New Button Order and Default Content Type. We're going to deselect item so it's no longer visible and only allow the new car content type in this list, and then click OK to save the changes. That's everything done. We've created a subsite, we've created 2 custom lists, we've created some site columns, and then created a custom content type of new car and assigned it to our car list. When we now go to the car list, you'll see that we're now able to add new items, and the default value is a content type of car. You click Add New Item. If I cancel this, you also go to Items under List Tools and select New Item and create a new car. So let's add a few cars just to test this out. Color's red. We have all the colors that we added earlier as choices. So this is an F355. Engine size of 3.5. This is for sale. Manufacturer is Ferrari and save. Let's go and add a few more. So I'll add a Porsche for sale. So it's black. It's a 911. It's 3.5. Manufacturer is Porsche. Let's add one more. Let's add a Ferrari. Color can be yellow. So 360 modern. Engine size 3.6. It's for sale. It's Ferrari. What we don't see in this list are the actual column names, or any of the information apart from the title. In order to change that, you need to go to List Tools and select List. Modify the current view, which is all items, and then select the columns that we require. So let's select Car Color, Car Model. Let's go in and select Engine Size, For Sale, and Manufacturer. Then we can click on OK and save the changes. And now we can see that all the columns are now available. That's the end of this demonstration, and thank you for watching.